You are so beautiful to me.
Can't you see?
You're everything I hoped for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. People always make fun of our singing, but we finally found somebody who we're on the same level as. I mean, when we're trying to sing like Whitney Houston or something, it's not going to sound so great. But Alfalfa, yeah, Alfalfa's right in our level.
But his voice,
yeah, makes me melt like a popsicle.
on the
4th of July.
On the 4th
of July.
I knew it was something with July.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this episode 49?
I think this is 50 and 51.
50 and 51.
Yeah.
That's right, because it was 48.
We're going to lose track real quick.
It was 48 because we did Herman, and then 49 for Antonio Senzatella.
That's right. Okay, so this is 50 and then 51 for
Little
Rascals. Yeah.
Okay.
Great start.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee and Contemplation. This is episode 50. Mookie
Betts. Mookie Betts. He's on the worst team in baseball, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Roster-wise, no, but how they're playing, yes.
I think they're like 3 and 14 in their last 17.
Well, they were 2 and 11 when you texted me, and then they lost again.
They lost 2 out of the 3 to the Angels.
To
the Angels. And I like the Angels, but come on, the Angels?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it was funny because you texted me that they finally got some offense.
Yeah, because they scored 14 runs in one game, but gave up 11. Come on,
and then
man.
The game that we were texting, the game was happening when we were texting. It ended up being 2-1.
2-1, unbelievable. They only gave up like 4 hits and lost. It's crazy.
Yeah, baseball's weird.
Baseball's weird.
The over unders are so hard to bet on.
Yeah.
Because like it could be 8.5 in the game like the day before. It could have been like 14 and 11.
Yeah, you just never know.
You're like, oh, I'll take the over on that.
Yep.
And then
it's just weird because it's like all 9 players have to play well to win. Basically, like it's so much more of a team game than most sports are. But like it's funny because like when the Dodgers started the season, they were like 11-2, like they couldn't lose, and now they can't win. It's just funny how that happens, and that happens probably more in baseball.
Rockies can't win
than any other sport. Poor Rockies, man. But not last in the power rankings.
No, yeah, the Tigers.
The Tigers, last. Nice. I noticed
they're like 10 and 24 or something like that.
Do you remember when we were talking before the season about how the Orioles were the only team with a 0% chance? They're not playing too bad.
No. Same with the Giants, too.
The Giants are playing well.
Yeah. They're first in the power rankings right now.
It's crazy. It's because their just offense has exploded out of nowhere. But you have the Giants, the Padres, and the Dodgers. That's going to be a good division this year.
I know last year with Tatis and all the new young players like Tim Anderson and everything, it was like let the kids play. In the power rankings article, it was like the saying let the kids play applies to a lot of teams, but for the Giants, it's let the old folks play.
Yeah, they're an old team, but they've been together forever. But yeah,
Crawford, Bell,
Brandon Belt's on there.
Posey.
Yeah, I can't believe Posey hasn't retired yet. He's been playing forever.
Especially as a catcher too. Like that's
those
a hard position.
Dude, my knees are done. I'm 25 and I don't do anything. Yeah.
Speaking of which, it's looking more and more likely Aaron Rodgers will not be a Packer.
Dude, I've heard Cleveland. I've heard Philadelphia, although I don't really believe Philadelphia. I've heard Pittsburgh. I've heard Denver. I've heard... That might have been it. No, there was one more. It was Washington.
49ers, too. 49ers. Was before the draft. And now the draft happened, and it looks less likely.
I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think he's going to be a Packer.
No. On FanDuel, they have prop bets, you know.
Right.
They have team Aaron Rodgers will take his first snap for.
Yeah.
And Broncos were at like plus 400.
Yeah.
Like
do they have the best odds?
Or something? They had the best odds. I don't know what it is now, but it was actually the Packers were the best odds. They were like minus 145, and then the Broncos were like plus 200 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm in a weird place being a Packers fan that I can see him leaving, but I could also see him staying. And like right there in the middle of like I really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if he stays, they need to surround him with a little more talent because he's so good.
That's why he wants to leave. Cause it's the same situation as Nolan, actually. Like it reminds me a lot of him being mad at the front office front office not doing anything to make him happy.
Not only do they not do anything to make him happy, but his favorite receivers year after year will just trade him away. Jordy Nelson gone, Randall Cobb gone. Who is the other really? They've kept Devontae Adams, but I don't think he's going to be there much longer either. But all of his favorite targets, they just trade away.
Yeah. Jimmy Graham too.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham, definitely.
But that was a tight end.
I miss Jordy Nelson though. He was probably my favorite of all the receivers.
Well, I'm Cameron. And with me, as always, is Brent Schaefer.
Hello. If you're still listening, we applaud you guys because we went off the rails quick.
Well, it's been a while since we've done sports.
That's true.
And a lot has happened in the sporting world.
Absolutely. And we usually go off the rails throughout the episode, but this might have just been the earliest start. We're just getting you guys warmed up.
Draft is over. NBA playoffs are
coming up.
4 games left.
MLB's in full swing.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's why we
went
a little off
had to get it off.
rails.
Yeah, we just started talking about it, and we took the opening and we ran with it.
So since Loki isn't coming out until June 9th, and we've been doing Disney Plus shows in our reactions to a new episode since they do the weekly episodes.
Which was a nice switch up from the binging.
We've decided to fill that time with Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra, season by season.
Yes. So I've seen it already. I'm rewatching it as well. Brett has never seen it.
Nope.
So it'll be fun for me to ask him questions and get his reaction to everything that happens. And I'm going to be very cautious not to spoil anything.
Because you've seen the whole thing through and now you're watching it through again.
Yes.
And you're further than I am. We're doing season 1 today. We're talking about season 1. So I watched season 1 and stopped there. Where are you at in your rewatch now?
I can't say, I don't know what episode I'm on or anything, but I'm in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not
cool.
I'm not like
not
super
crazy.
far ahead of you, but I'm in
further.
season 2.
Okay.
And then also there's this YouTube channel called Let's React. That is awesome. It is this guy named Kenny and his girlfriend named Montana. And they started probably about a year ago, or maybe even longer than a year ago. Kenny is a huge Avatar, and just anime nerd, I guess, is a good way to describe him. But he saw Avatar, but his girlfriend never saw Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay. The movie.
So he's kind of how I am with Brent, where he watched through all of Last Airbender with her and tried not to spoil anything. And then they both have never seen Legend of Korra, and they are now on the final season. Just posted their episode 3 reaction. So if you guys want to give them a listen and watch through with them, it's really fun to see their reactions to things that happen, especially if you've already seen it, because they both have never seen it. So when you know something's going to happen, it's cool to see how they're going to react to it.
Definitely. I agree.
Once again, that is called Let's React.
Yep.
LETTS React.
Beautiful. All right, Cam. Why don't you start us off, since you've seen the show before? Why don't you kind of be the captain, but also at the same time...
You have some notes.
I have some notes, but just don't spoil anything
will.
Past the first season.
Okay.
Cam was texting me this morning nervous.
Yes, I'm very nervous.
It's like in The Office when he's coming. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything about them being bankrupt." And they go up in the elevator, and he's hunched over. I'm really worried I'm going to say it. That's what it reminded me of.
Tell me how it ends, so I don't start off with like season 2, episode 1.
Okay, so I don't remember exactly how it ends because I finished it 2 weeks ago at this point already, right? But it's they defeat. I'm already going to forget names and everything.
His name's Amon.
Amon. They defeat Amon, but not really because he escapes with his brother. And then they go to the northern water tribe, southern water tribe, wherever she's from. They all go back to hang out with her. They also got me at the end of the first season because they take away her bending. And I was like, how could she be the Avatar without bending? But she gets it back real quick. She gets it back like 5 minutes later.
She learns how to airbend.
She does learn how to airbend. I loved that the first book was called Air. And I love how it flipped Avatar on its head, because in Avatar, in The Last Airbender, he knows how to airbend but nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
In Korra, she knows everything but airbending.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, that's a really cool flip.
Yep. And does it end with, because Katara tries to heal her, give all the bending back other than just air, and she can't, right?
No, I think she gets all of her bending back.
Well, I know she does.
Oh, yeah.
But not from Katara.
No, not from Katara.
She goes to like the cliff, and that's when she gets in the
well, I think
Katara
Katara, when Katara tries to heal her, I don't think she even gets air bending. I don't think she gets any of the bending back.
Yeah.
And then, she links up. She sees Aang just by himself, and then she sees the rest of the avatars. Which, by the way, Aang with his goatee, or whatever you would call with the chin strap.
Chin strap. Yeah.
Not bad, Aang.
Yeah.
Not bad, dude.
Not a bad looking guy.
No, not bad looking guy at all.
I don't think they ever say, but do you know why he passes away at such like a young age compared to the other avatars?
I think they did say it, but I don't. Maybe they didn't say it. I don't remember.
Because I remember looking it up and seeing like why, like how he passed away, and he passed away due to complications in his like body, like just health issues due to being frozen for 100 years.
Okay, they didn't say that. Maybe they say that eventually though. But that's not a huge spoiler because you know he dies.
Yeah.
Because he died, they said it at like 50 or something.
66.
But it's 166 because of the 100-year ice. Because the Katara's still around, and obviously and everything. So I was just curious why he died. So that makes sense with that, the complications with the iceberg. That totally makes sense. Yeah.
And then she gets her bending back and learns how to energy bend, and she gives Toph's daughter her bending back.
Yeah.
So she's able to give everybody that Amon took the bending away their bending back, which is really cool.
Very cool. Do you think she's going to go back and give it back to the... there was a guy who they competed with in the tournament who was kind of a jerk. Does he come back into the show?
The Weasel Rats or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
Okay. Because you hate him at first, and then he gets his bending taken away, and then you feel bad for him. So you're like, I kind of want him to have his bending back. You know?
How cool is pro bending?
Dude, I was just gonna say. So that's one of the notes I wrote down. That whole tournament thing. What are they? The Fire Ferrets.
Fire Ferrets
is awesome. Does that continue in the show?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I love that aspect of it. It's really fun to watch, adding like a sports element to it. It's really cool.
And then Mako and Bolin.
Great characters.
Brothers,
Great characters.
Asami.
Yep. I love the little love triangle too.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Asami, that's the girlfriend?
That's the one that has no bending but is a badass.
Yeah, very badass, definitely. But yeah, the whole love triangle was funny, and it's there was one great scene that made me laugh pretty hard when Bolin sees Korra.
It's tough.
It's gonna be tough. Korra, and then what's the other guy's name?
Mako.
She sees them kiss, or he sees them kiss,
Yep.
and then they like turn around, and the flowers like die, and he starts
It's
crying.
so sad.
It's sad, but the way it was like animated was really funny at the same time.
The animation in
dude,
this is so pretty. There's some scenes that are CGI. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh,
that
really?
at all,
No, I didn't.
There's a few scenes that are CGI.
Yeah.
Especially once you get farther in, there's a lot more like battle scenes that you'll totally notice are more CGI than just animated.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of battle scenes in the first season until the last couple episodes, but the really well animated scenes were the tournament scenes in the professional bending. But it's funny because when you watch Avatar, which was only 3 seasons, Korra's 4, right?
Yes.
The first season doesn't look that great. The second season looks a lot better, and then the third season looks incredible. The first season of Korra looks even better than the last season of Avatar looked. So I'm excited to see where they can even go with it from here, because I'm sure it just gets even crazier.
Yeah. As we watch it, we'll definitely make comparisons to The Last Airbender.
Right.
But they're different in their own way a lot.
It's different enough, but it's similar enough at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's like in the same universe.
Yeah. The opening is almost exactly the same, but different at the same time, and I loved how they did that.
Yeah, I love I love the pilot episode with Tenzin, Aang's kid.
One of Aang's kids.
Yes, one of Aang's kids narrating like what happened in the, I think it's 70 years past.
I think it's 70 years,
Because it opens with Katara being like the young Avatar, like saying, "I'm the Avatar,
Korra.
You have to deal with it." Korra.
I did. It's tough. I know. It's tough.
Seen it before.
That also put a huge smile on my face, and I knew right then I was gonna love this show because they're like kind of being secretive about it, and then she just comes out and throws all the elements, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm the Avatar. You have to deal with it."
Yeah. And
I
then
was like, "Oh, this show is gonna be
and then
amazing."
it cuts to her training for firebending.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, you're ready to learn airbending.
Yep.
And Tenzin comes, which is J.K. Simmons. I don't know if you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I love J.K. Simmons though.
Voice of Tenzin.
That's cool. I definitely have to listen for that now that you told me that. That's cool.
Yeah. Each character like has their own arc, which is awesome. And
I love the characters a lot. I'm already attached to these characters in a way that I was attached to the Avatar characters as well, like Sokka and stuff. And it's cool because it's like they attach it to the Avatar world by making it the kids of the characters from Avatar, but they're different enough. Like Toph's daughter isn't exactly like Toph. She's actually kind of the opposite of Toph at the beginning.
What's her name?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think I wrote it down.
Because I don't want to say a name and not be correct.
I wrote down some of the names. Oh, Boomy was the other name of Aang's son.
Boomy,
That's right. That was really cool.
And then Kaya. I don't think you've met her yet.
That doesn't sound familiar.
They have a daughter too.
Okay, and then obviously Zuko's grandson, Iroh, super cool. But I don't remember the Toph's daughter's name, unfortunately. I like her as a character though because at first she's kind of rude, and then you figure out why. She used to have the love connection with Tenzin. Yeah. And I love that she's a metal bender too. Yeah. I also love that they just brought metal bending into the show because Toph invented it, so it makes sense that it would become a form of its own.
And it's like the police, kind of like in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, with the Earthbenders, super cool. And then they also brought back blood bending, which you don't see until the end of Avatar, so that was really cool. Well, cool, but it's like the bad guys do the blood bending, but it's just cool that continued on from Lin. Okay, that's right. Yeah. I liked Lin a lot as a character.
Yeah.
At first, she's like really rough around the edges like Toph, but she's like anti-bending and all that. And I remember, I think it's Korra that asks her, she's like, "Why are you anti-bending? Like your mom helped or why are you anti-Avatar? Why are you anti-bending? Your mom helped the Avatar bring peace to the world, 70 years ago or whatever it was." But then you figure out it's because of Tenzin.
Yeah.
Well, because of Tenzin.
How cool is Republic City?
Oh, dude, it's so cool. I love when she first going from the Water Tribe, when she first gets into the city, and she has like no idea what city life is. That's such a cool scene because you wouldn't have any idea.
Yeah, Naga's pretty cool.
Naga, is that the polar bear?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you, do you like Naga better or do you like Appa better? Okay. That was taking me a second. Oof. When I first met Naga, I was like, "You're no Appa.
Yeah.
You're cool, but you're no Appa." But then throughout the season, I was like, "You're pretty cool."
She's really cool. I think
and cute and cuddly. She's like a dog.
Yeah, she is. It's not a polar bear; it's a polar dog.
Yeah.
Because all the animals are a little bit different in the Avatar universe.
Sure.
They're not like actual
like
the platypus bear
and the lemur and stuff too is like different because Momo.
Yeah, but I think Naga's more of like a badass more than Appa. I think there was more of a connection between Aang and Appa that makes you like Appa more.
Sure.
There's definitely a connection between Naga and Korra, but you don't see it as much as Aang and
Sure. I loved
Appa.
Yeah, I loved too. In the original Avatar, there was the whole Lost Days episode where it was about Appa getting taken and all that. That made you care a lot about Appa, just because you get a whole episode from his point of view. I wonder if anything. Don't tell me, but I wonder if anything like that happens with Naga, where you get like maybe a Naga episode. They could even call it like the Naga Saga.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'll email him. Show's over, but I'll email him.
Spoiler alert: there isn't an episode called the Naga
Saga. No Naga Saga. No. Damn it! I'm not gonna watch it anymore. But no, I love Naga. It's cool because it's similar to a lot of other things in the show where it's similar to Avatar, but it's different enough where it feels like its own thing.
Yeah. Pabu is like Momo.
Yep.
Where it's like the smaller.
He
animal.
does tricks, which is really cool. I love when he does it before the tournament, and he's like, "Yes, he nailed it. You're so smart." I love him. Bolin's one of my favorite characters.
I think
he's so funny.
Yeah, I think Bolin's my favorite.
He reminds me of Sokka a lot.
Yes, I think that's what we can talk about is like each character kind of is what's it called? Not a foil to a character, but just like they're like similar.
Oh, they're like yeah.
Yeah.
I know what word you're talking about, but
like,
it's like
Tenzin is very like Katara.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mom of the group basically, but he's a dad, so he's gonna be more like Katara, and he's just caring, thinks about everything, is strategic just like Katara.
Yeah. Which is funny because when Katara gets called the mom of the group, she gets mad in the show.
Yeah, Iroh.
But it's true. So careful with Iroh spoilers, and I say that only because I haven't even seen much of Iroh yet. He doesn't come in until one of the final episodes of the season. He helps in the fight, and then that's all you don't. I don't know anything about his story. I don't know anything about anything like that other than is he the Fire Lord? He's not the Fire Lord. So I didn't even know that. I just know that he's Zuko's grandson.
You don't see him again.
Ever?
Ever.
No way. Why would they bring in such a cool character named Iroh, who's one of my favorite characters from Avatar, and then just get rid of him? Or are you messing with me?
I'm not messing with you.
You don't even... But he doesn't even get like an arc or anything in the show.
Nope.
I'm out, dude.
Putter throw.
Dude, that's... Yeah, putter throw. Really? You never hear from him again? Oh, that's so sad, dude. I literally... One of my notes says... Iroh, badass character.
He's a badass for sure.
Dude, that sucks.
He's very similar to Zuko in where he doesn't think about any like of the like the consequences, because like you see him take the plane, but he doesn't know how to fly the plane.
It's like Zuko, where he's so driven, he doesn't care about what's gonna happen when he tries to.
Until season 3 of Last Airbender, when he has that
that huge arc, which was one of the best arcs, and he's probably my favorite character from Avatar. That's why I was so psyched to be like, oh my god, it's his grandson, same voice actor, as you pointed out, because I was like, damn, he sounds like Zuko. Danielson.
Okay.
Because I was like, damn, he sounds like Zuko. So when you told me it was the same voice actor, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Have you seen Hook?
Oh, it's been a long time. I've seen it with Robin Williams. Yeah, but not since I was a kid.
He's one of the Lost Boys. The
voice
really?
Actor,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a throwback. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. But yeah, dude, that's so unfortunate that he doesn't come back, man.
He might come back.
Okay, now I don't know what the hell is going on, dude.
It's weird because, like you're saying, he's such a big character in the first season.
Right. He literally helps them save the day. You don't see much of him, but when he's there, he helps them win. He's like America in World War II.
You don't hear from him again. You just don't learn a lot more.
He doesn't become a main character.
Yes.
I definitely thought he was going to join the group and become a main character.
No.
Okay, without too many spoilers, do Bolin and I keep forgetting the other guy's name. Mako. Do they stick around? Because I like them a lot.
They stick around all the way through.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So they're like kind of the core cast, kind of like with Aang, Katara,
Yeah, so like
Sokka.
The Avatar Last Airbender, they're called the Gang.
Sure.
Like GAANG.
No way!
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like
the gang. Oh my god.
And it's Sokka, Katara, Aang, and Toph.
Yeah.
In Korra, it's Korra, Bolin, Mako, and Asami.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we don't get a Toph kind of character where we'll meet them in season 2 or 3. That becomes like a main member of the group.
Yeah.
They're pretty much established at this point. Okay, that's good to know, because Toph didn't come in until
season 2.
Yeah, later season 2, right? When she really she really became part of the group.
Yeah, because they go to the earthbending like tournament.
Right. She's the blind bandit. Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember everything about Toph forever. I'd say a lot of characters in Avatar are my favorite, but she's probably my actually favorite character.
I think Zuko is like the favorite for character development. I think Toph is the favorite as far as like just what she does.
Just pure character. And then also, I mean, you got to put Iroh on the list just because of how awesome he is. Yeah. Just a great cast of characters. And that's what I was going to say. Like, Avatar has some of the best characters I've ever seen, and you care about them all for so many different reasons. And the way that their stories pay off is huge. And I feel like Korra is going to be very similar in that way, because I've only watched one of the 4 seasons, and I already care about all of the characters in a really deep way. And you keep warning me that season 2 is going to break my heart, and I'm worried now.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
I guess I kind of spoiled that those 4 will stick through, so don't worry about those guys.
Yes. Oh no, I think I know who's going to die. Is there death in the show? Because there wasn't a lot of... That's crazy. Because that wasn't a complaint I had about Avatar. It was just something I noticed about Avatar, that nobody really dies.
Yeah.
Even the Fire Lord, who I thought Aang killed, I couldn't remember. He just takes away his bending.
Yep.
So this show is a little more grown up than Avatar.
Yes.
I did notice.
Way more grown up.
I think Avatar is TV set like Y7.
Yeah.
I think this is TV 14.
14, yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's a little darker. Okay.
Season 3 has one of the best villains ever.
Really?
On TV. Like he's.
So is
insane.
it kind of maybe not exactly cut and dry, but is it kind of each season is a new villain, and they kind of move on from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Each
one. I like that.
So that's like one of the main differences from Last Airbender to Korra.
Sure.
Is Korra has a different villain each season.
Yeah.
In Last Airbender, it was always
Fire Lord. Ozai. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Will I learn more about the Fire Lord then? If it wasn't Iroh. Okay. Good to know.
I will say it's related to Zuko.
Does he have another grandson that isn't Iroh? I'm right. Because you would have said no.
Right,
dang it. I would have been like, you would have said I was wrong if I was wrong.
I'm just trying not to spoil anything.
Okay, fair. I'll stop. I told you not to spoil anything.
I guess it's not really a spoiler because the Fire Lord's not a very important character.
Okay, well then that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I told you not to spoil anything, and then I'm asking you a million questions. I just want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
Did you remember?
Did you see what Chapter 2 is called?
I didn't. I was gonna ask what because it's probably not air anymore, obviously.
No, it's spirits because she's able to
that's
she's able
cool.
to go into the Avatar state, so you learn a lot more about the spirit realm and all that.
That's really cool. That's awesome. What was I going to ask you about? I had a question for you. Oh, I didn't have a question. I had a comment. So I loved they like kind of tied it back to Avatar. They threw it back because when they're investigating the Equalists early on in the show, like the police are investigating Toph's daughter, Lynn. Lynn is investigating, and they're like, this guy who runs this cabbage corporation is very suspicious. And so they're like, we're going to suspend your cabbage corporation for a little bit. And they're taking him away, and he's like, not my cabbage corp. Incredible. I wanted to text you right then and there and be like, Cam!
There's I don't know if it's in season 1 or later in the season, but there's a statue of the Cabbage Man.
Really?
Like,
oh, let's go.
Like you have to look out for it. Like it doesn't just like show it. Like there's a statue of the Cabbage Man.
I could see that just because they talk about how Cabbage Corp is like a big part of Republic City. So I could see it just being in the background. That's incredible. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome, dude.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about. I didn't write his name down, unfortunately, but the guy who owns the very successful company, Varric, who ends up being a villain in a way. That was a great twist. I did not see that coming at all.
I love Varric.
As soon as they found out that Varric was the bad guy, I was like, oh no, that means his daughter is in on it too. And she's just, you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, Varric's the water guy. Oh, you don't meet Varric yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Varric's a character in season 2.
Okay. I'm talking about the guy, I don't remember his name, but he owns...
Asami's dad.
Asami, thank you. I couldn't remember her name. It's going to take me a little bit to get... I have, like, obviously...
I think it's Sato.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Sato.
It's going to take me a few seasons to really figure out exactly the character names and everything. I remember, obviously,
You're
Korra.
You're going to love Varric.
Really? Okay, cool. Is Varric a villain? Or not a villain? Because I said the evil guy and you said Varric. Don't answer the question.
He is in season 2.
Don't answer the question. I'm even sorry I asked it.
Julie, do the thing. That's his assistant.
Oh, I was like, what's happening? I was like, did we get an assistant?
See, he's like a very successful business guy too, so that's why he went to my mind.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so you don't remember the name of the...
No, it's just Sato Company. I think they just call him Sato.
Mr. Sato, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was cool because he funded their... Hiroshi Sato, that's right. Hiroshi Sato, that's a cool name. He funded their season, but it was really just to cover so no one would suspect him because he was really the one funding the Equalists. Thank you. Which was a cool... It reminded me kind of like... It was very similar to like the Falcon Winter Soldier with the Black Fist. No, it's the Flag Smashers. But I wish it was... Remember when we thought it? I was like, oh, Black Fist. And you're like, that sounds right. And it was like the wrongest we'd ever been.
And it sounds so much better than
Doesn't it? It's so
Smashers.
cool, dude. That's why I'm just going to call them the Black Fists from now on. But it's cool because it was very similar. It's like, okay, we want equal rights, although they were in the wrong place again. But it was the kind of thing of like, okay, I can understand where these people are coming from. But then you find out the leader, Amon is lying the whole time anyways, and he's a bender. He's a water bender, blood bender. That was just a really cool.
And he was the son of the bloodbender that Aang and Sokka. And
Yeah,
Toph
that was
all
so
took
cool.
down.
Yeah, and then that's how the brothers split because there's kind of the good brother and the bad brother. Although, okay, here's a question I had for you that I missed. I could have googled it, but I wanted to ask you live on air about it. Okay, so in the ending of the first season, they defeat Amon and take his bending away, but then his brother goes with him.
They don't take his bending away.
They don't take his bending away. Doesn't Korra? No. Okay, so they don't take the bending away.
Remember, he falls into the ocean and he like gets
That's
away.
right.
Then he goes
That's
and gets
right.
Tarlok.
Tarlok, thank you. I couldn't remember his name either. So they're driving. They're leaving in a boat, and then there's like a big explosion.
Yeah, he's dead.
What? How did it explode?
He grabbed one of those like electric things that the Sato company made.
Yeah.
And
One of the gloves.
Yeah, the gloves, and he put it over the gas chamber.
So he did it on purpose. Oh, okay. Because I saw that him like doing that, so he was kind of betraying his brother again, just to like be like, okay, I need to stop you for good. Okay, I just didn't know if it was like
sacrificed himself too.
Sure, yeah, definitely. I just didn't know if it was like a twist to be like, okay, they're coming back in the second season, they're just like faking you out, but they're actually gone, both of them. You never see them again.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're dead.
Okay.
That's why it's also like not a kid's show.
No, pretty shocking, and it happened quick too. Like it just exploded, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
I think Amon knew that Tarlok wasn't going to do that too, because he had like tears coming down his eyes and everything too. So I think he knew like it's over. End.
Yeah, this is the end. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, then it definitely is a little more grown up because that would not have happened in Avatar.
Yeah. And it shows it too, because there are deaths in like Avatar, but they never really show it. Like,
right.
You just have to.
And it's never even really a main character that dies.
Yeah.
I think one of the only biggest characters that ends up dying is the I don't remember his name, but they have the ridiculous name for him. The guy with the forehead laser beam.
Oh, Sparky Boom Man.
Sparky Boom Man. Yeah, he dies because he like falls off a cliff, but you don't see it.
And then the guy that had the wheat in his mouth too.
Oh, Chet.
Chet, yeah.
Yeah, what happened to Chet?
He dies.
Right, but how does his story end?
He gets hit with the rock or something.
Because he leaves for like a season, and then they come back. They see them in. He meets up with Zuko and stuff. Gets hit by a rock.
Again.
See, it's harder. It's weird. I don't remember that well.
I know he falls hard and like breaks his spine and like can't breathe and everything. And then Toph, she can like sense when people are
that's
lying.
That's right.
He says, "I'm fine. I'll survive."
Yeah.
And
she said he's lying, and then you never see him again.
You never see him again.
That's right.
So
okay.
that's another like death.
That's a good scene.
That doesn't really show it.
I just got chills. That's true.
Infer.
I forgot about Chet. That's cool.
I'm glad you remembered his name because I called him the guy with the wheat in his mouth.
It's funny though because I was like, oh, I know who exactly you're talking about. That's but that's the thing is like I hope to be there eventually with Korra where I know because I've watched Avatar a couple times, so I know a lot of the characters' names really well. One of my favorite things about the show in general, and it reminds me of one of my favorite game series, is I love like that it's a really strong, awesome female lead because you don't get that all that often. And like obviously Ellie from The Last of Us is one of my favorite characters of all time in any media.
Yeah, Abby too. But
Abby, yeah, like,
she's so strong.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. She's got Hulk arms.
Ridiculous.
It's insane. They'll explain how she got so big too later on. It's not steroids. Don't worry, it's not steroids. Okay. You looked worried.
Does she work out like Rocky does in Rocky?
Honestly, kind of. But you'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
If you're not gonna spoil Avatar for me, or Korra for me, I won't spoil Last of Us for you.
Like CJ did with Joel dying.
Crazy. Yeah. And that was so stupid. One of my buddies posted a Facebook post about one of the biggest things in the game, and it was like no spoiler warning. It'd be different if he was like, "Hey, spoilers ahead," like read on. And it was like a day after the game came out.
Yeah, he just said, "Way to go, Naughty Dog, killing off my favorite character, Joel." And I was like, "Okay."
Like, oh well, but at least it's a horrible spoiler, but at least it happens early in the game, very early in the game.
Very early.
It's like when it's almost the opening to the game.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that early.
Mm-hmm. I'm lucky I don't have Facebook because I was out of town when Last of Us 2 came out. So if I saw that and it ruined that for me, I would have been pissed because you know how much I care about that franchise. But yeah, tying it back, so Ellie is like a super strong, awesome, sarcastic female lead, one of my favorite characters ever. And Korra reminds me of her a lot. Like she's tough, but she also cares a lot. and she's also sarcastic. She's also funny, so she's just a great character. And I'm excited to see how she evolves in the next 3 seasons.
Do you like her and Mako together?
I do. I thought it was funny. I thought her and Bolin were fun together too because they're just
fun.
so much fun.
Yeah, I think they're a lot better as friends, and you'll see that more.
Sure,
like,
I'm sure.
Interact better as friends, kind of like Aang and Toph.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense. And so does that mean, I was wondering if Asami left because she's not dating Mako anymore, but she sticks around? That's cool because I like her a lot as a character.
That love triangle, it just gets worse.
Does it keep going?
It
Oh
keeps
no!
going.
It's like Lost. Did you ever watch Lost with Sawyer, Kate, and Jack? Crazy, but it just keeps happening over and over. Like, just stop it.
Pick someone.
Yeah, just pick them. Yeah, definitely. Cool, man. Well, that was all I had written down. But overall, I really liked the first season, and it feels like it's only going to get better from here.
It does get better.
You told me not to expect Avatar from the show, which is a reasonable thing, right? Not to have too high of expectations. But honestly, the show even exceeded the expectations I had because it is the quality of Avatar, just a different story. So I'm really excited to watch more. And like we were talking about, the animation and production value is incredible.
Yeah.
It's also a couple years after Avatar, so it makes sense. It's like newer tech and stuff. But
it's hard to decide which season's best. And we'll talk about that once we get to season 4. But for me, they get better every season, but there's always something in a certain season that makes it better than a different season. Like
that makes sense. So they're all incredible, but then they almost get better as they go in a way. Yeah, that's cool.
I think it's just the villains. The villains get better each season.
Even I thought Avatar got better as it went. Season 1 was good, and then season 2 was better, and then season 3 was the best. So that'd be cool if Korra was the same way too. And I feel like 4 seasons is the perfect length for a show.
Yeah, a lot of people say, the creators never said this, but it kind of makes sense that season 1 was kind of season 4 of Avatar, The Last Airbender. Like, it's just like a
sure, that makes sense. It ties the story in. The first couple episodes is all kind of about the world that they live in now, that the world is at peace. I can't even believe I didn't think about this or write this down or pay attention to this, and it just clicked at this moment when you were just talking. But is it the same creators that made Avatar? Same writers and all that? That's cool. You can totally see that.
Yeah. And I didn't bring it up, but Mako, his name is the voice of Iroh, the one that passed away.
Oh, is it? I didn't notice that. So.
Well, no, I'm saying like they named Mako after.
Oh! I thought you meant the same voice actor, and I was like, God, that dude's got range. That's crazy.
No.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
So did he pass away after Korra was already finished?
Yeah, he passed away before season 3 of Last Airbender.
Oh wow! Yeah,
so you know
a little bit ago.
So you know the song we always play, "Leaves from the Vine."
Yeah.
He was singing. That was one of the last days that he ever recorded.
Oh, you've told me that story before. Actually, that's sad. He was very talented.
Even the guy that replaced him did really well.
Definitely. Yeah, but yeah. So season 1 was great. I'm excited to watch more. We'll be back with season 2 next week. But before we wrap it up, Cam, was there anything else you wanted to add?
I'm trying to remember what that group is that always cheated in everything.
Oh, yeah. On the pro bending side, I can't remember what they were called.
We didn't really touch on pro bending at all.
We did a little bit, but we can get it deeper into it if you want to.
I mean,
I really liked that aspect of the show.
Yeah, it does come back in season 2. Not as there's not as big of an emphasis on it.
It's huge in the first season. There's a full episode that's just the finals of the playoffs of the pro bending, which I really enjoyed.
So, so we'll see. You'll see more of the pro bending tournament and everything, but it might not be exactly what you think it is.
Okay, I like that. That's like a little appetite that leaves me wanting more. I like it. Beautiful. Cool. Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Awesome. You want to do the video outro?
Yes. Okay. So for our video people, if you enjoyed this week's episode, please give it a like. And if you've not yet subscribed, you can do so over here. And if you want to watch our most recent episode, you can do so right here.